All right, we're live, finally. Sorry for the delay, guys. You can blame Vinith for that. It's all
Sure.
his fault.
It's always my fault.
We were trying to grant ourselves the whole Ravenous Fury set so you guys could see it, but there were a couple of technical difficulties with getting it up. But we have it now. We've got our designer, Derek, assigning some skill points to the character. I'm Brett Bates. I'm Senior Communications Manager here at Rumble, and I've got one of our designers, Vinith, here, who is going to be talking through the special Ravenous Fury set that we have available this weekend only. We've got special dungeon maps where you can get that. He'll talk a little bit to that as well.
Yep.
So he just kind of wanted to show off the set. It's got a really cool proc effect, which we've never had in the game before. And the stats are just really, really awesome.
Yep.
So, Vinith, why don't you first kind of talk us through the set itself, how it works, and what some of the stats are, how that proc effect works.
Yeah, so like Brett said, this is actually our most powerful item set in the game. It's more powerful than the set you're going to find in the dungeon, so you definitely want to get it for this weekend if you can. It's mostly damage focused, so anything to do with damage, like damage, attack speed, crit chance, critical damage, stats everyone likes. It's actually the same stats across all classes, so if you get wizard, archer, or knight version, they'll have the same stats. But the coolest thing about it is actually its proc effect. And for those of you who don't know what a proc effect is, it's basically it's an effect that has a chance to happen on something else happening. So in this case, it's a chance for, and you'll see it in this tooltip here, it's a unique stat that we have that we've never had before. It's a chance on basic attack to basically send us a fury of ravens at your target. So each raven that goes to your target will do basically 15% attack damage, and the whole thing ends in a big AoE that does about 25% attack damage. It's really cool. It's just extra damage. When you attack, it's basically like a kind of a small chance, but it happens, and it's really cool. And I'm sure I'll be excited to see it happen. So I think Derek's gonna go to a level now and actually use the set.
Cool, and you guys in chat, if you want to let us know if our sound levels are off, I tried to check it beforehand. I think we're pretty good, but just let us know if there's some sort of weird issue going on with sound, and we'll try to get that fixed. Why don't we talk a little bit about how you obtain this Ravenous Fury set?
Yeah. So for this weekend only, we have a special version of Imperious Reach. You'll see it in the dungeon panel. It says Imperious Reach Special Event. It's the Imperious Reach you're used to, but with a twist. It's got a time limit on it. So if you don't complete the map within the time limit given, I believe it's 15 minutes for normal, 12 minutes for heroic, and 10 minutes for champion mode. If you don't beat it within the time limit, you will fail. So for those of you who are struggling with dungeons, this might be an added challenge, but I think it'll encourage people to try to play more efficiently. And it's a challenge we're interested in trying out and seeing how you guys feel about it.
Yeah, we really like the idea of having these sort of limited time sets just to make them feel more special. You know, we've got a lot of players who are really, really dedicated to KingsRoad. We love that. We want to reward those guys with these special sort of items. So, you know, if you didn't have a chance to finish it, you come into the game next week, you see someone else with that full Ravenous Crow set in town with the effects and everything. You know that person is a KingsRoad badass, and we think that's really cool, and that's something that we want to do again in the future.
Yeah, we want to give you guys an opportunity to show off your your attendance over the weekends. And I have something that other people don't have at all, and they don't have a chance of getting again. So try to get it this weekend.
Yeah. So, you know, on that note, you know, this is not going to be the only weekend that we do a special set like this, right? It's something that we're definitely looking to do again in the future. And if you guys have other ideas for other sort of proc effects, other sort of like, you know, special effects and stuff that you'd like to see on new item sets, you can just go ahead into the KingsRoad forums and just add your opinion there. We'll read through that stuff, and if it's a really cool idea, you might just see it in the game at some point.
We know some of you guys have been looking for item sets are on the other pieces rather than the main slots, you know, charms and ring sets. There's things we're definitely considering. We want to make pairs of rings that are a set, pairs of charms that are a set, you know, all kinds of different smaller sets that are different than our 8-piece item sets we have right now.
Cool. And what are you doing here, Derek? Oh, it looks like you're buying a lockbox.
So this is the lockbox. If you don't want to run through the dungeon, you can also buy some of the pieces from the shop. You can get it through a lockbox. We also have a chest that will grant you a unique piece of the Ravenous Fury set.
And we should also point out that these next 2 days we'll actually be giving away some lockboxes as well. So today only, this Friday, you can see up in the corner there's the deal of the day, and that has a shadow resist lockbox. And that lockbox will get you some shadow resist items, which will help you when you're in the dungeons. 'Cause all those enemies have that sort of special shadow resist damage that they do to you. So that'll help you navigate those dungeons a little bit easier, make it a little bit easier to get that set. And then tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, we'll be giving away one free lockbox of the Ravenous Fury set to anybody who is level 30 or higher, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
So, you know, for anyone who just wants to kind of sample, you know, the sort of awesomeness of this item set, you can just go in the store and get that. And that item set, or that lockbox, I believe, guarantees you at least one piece of the item set,
it
right?
guarantees you a piece of the set, yep.
Yeah, so that's kind of one of the cool things about this event. You know, even though it is very difficult to get these things in the first place, it's in the dungeons, it's got the time limit and everything. You know, once you do get that lockbox, it's gonna get you a set piece.
And again, this set has that cool proc effect, and it's the first of many to come. So we're really looking forward to your guys' ideas and feedback on this.
Cool, cool. And let's see, what else can we say about the item sets? I guess we should let people know there's different versions of the item set. So if you look in the shop, you'll kind of see there's different lockboxes, different chests you can buy. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, well, we created 3 different versions of the... Well, it's really a different version for each level, from level 40 to 60. You can get the level 40 to 49 version from the level 40 dungeon. You get the 50 to 59 version from the 50 dungeon, and then the ultimate version, which is level 60, from the level 60 dungeon. You can also purchase these individual lockboxes from the shop. We actually have the 3 separate lockboxes in the lockbox section of the shop, as Derek is showing you here. The chest will grant you the appropriate item set of your level. So there's a single chest in the shop. You can just buy that, and you're guaranteed to get a piece of your level from that chest between level 40 and 60.
All right, we're starting to get a few questions from people in the chat. If you have questions right now, be sure to add them in. I think we're on a bit of a delay here, so we'll see how that works. But we'll try to answer a couple questions here. We're not going to be streaming for too much today. We've got some other meetings to attend to at 1 o'clock. But, you know, this is something that we definitely like doing and something we want to do more. So you'll be seeing more and more Twitch live streams from us in the future. So one of the questions here, and I think this is one that we've seen a lot on the forums, any ideas on a potential trade system? I think in particular people want to know that because now we've got these limited time items. Is that anything you can speak to right now?
We've talked about it a lot. I can't say there's any immediate plans to doing something like that, but we definitely know that it's a highly requested feature. We just want to think it through and do it right.
Yeah, it's really tricky to do. I mean, as you guys saw, I'm sure with Diablo 3, you know, having that sort of auction house was a very, very tricky endeavor. I know that's not exactly the same as just having trade, but you know, you want to make sure that the trades are fair. You want to make sure that people can't exploit things, you know, because these, like we were just saying, these item sets, you know, they're kind of a badge of honor. They're a badge that you are a kick-ass KingsRoad player in order to get these things, and you know, we want to make sure that people are recognized for that. It's not just something that anybody can get.
Yeah. I mean, that said, World of Warcraft solves it with like soul binding things, making certain items not tradable. So we'll figure out a solution.
Yep, exactly. But it's definitely something that is on our radar. We know you guys want that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, here's a good one. When are the next dungeons? I'm sure you guys can speak to that one.
Yeah, we're working on it pretty intensely right now. We're aiming to release it in hopefully the next 3 to 4 weeks. It's definitely a step up from Dungeon 1 in terms of difficulty. We have a new mechanic in play. Obviously, as we get closer to release, we'll release more details on that.
Yeah, it's a really cool mechanic. We've been playing a little bit, and we actually have a big playtest scheduled today for the whole studio to try it out. We think it's really neat. It's something that you've never seen before in KingsRoad yet. And like we said, we'll have a lot more to share about that. Once we get it in a state where we're ready for you guys to check it out, we will absolutely do another live stream and show it off to everyone.
Yeah, and this new Ravenous Fury set actually makes a big difference in Dungeon 2. So
there you go. All the more reason to go pick it up right now. I guess we should say, too, I mean, we haven't really fully decided what we're going to do with these special sets kind of after they're gone. But, you know, there is a chance that we might offer this Ravenous Fury set in the future. You know, so if you guys do miss out, don't necessarily feel like you'll never, ever be able to get it again. That said, exactly. That said, we haven't made any final decisions. It definitely won't be anytime soon. So if you guys want this set, you got to make sure that you go online and you play those dungeons this weekend only. It ends Sunday at midnight Pacific time. I believe that's about 8 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time for you foreign players out there. Let's see, we've got a couple more questions, and then as promised on Facebook, we're going to be giving away a couple of lockboxes for the Ravenous Fury set as well, and I'll post those into the chat. Basically, the way that's going to work is I'm going to post some links in there. The first person to click on that link will get the set, so make sure you're watching. We're going to do one for each of the different class types, so we'll do one for the Archer, the Knight, and the Wizard, and then we'll also do one aimed at our Facebook players and one aimed at our Rumble Game players. Oh, hey, there's the cool proc effect.
Yeah.
Just got it going. I guess we should mention, talk a little bit more about that proc effect. It happens not all too often, but you'll see it, especially if you're fighting someone like the Siege Beast.
Yeah, like you just saw right there. It's really cool. It is a relatively low chance. The thinking behind that is not that we want to make it a gimped item set. Obviously, we want it to feel special when you get that in proc effect. If it's happening all the time, you kind of lose track of it. You forget about it. But when you see it kind of once in a while, it feels really good.
And you only get that proc effect if you have the entire set.
Yep, and that's the big thing. It is kind of like a badge of honor. If you get all 8 pieces, you get the special proc effect. And so when other people see it, you can kind of brag about it and be like, well, yeah, I got all 8 pieces. It's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's answer one more question here, and then we'll go ahead and do the giveaway. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Okay, this one's coming up a few times too from KingsRoad Rocks. I like that username. They ask, can you make girl characters or girl skins? They really want to see girl characters, girl skins. That's another thing that we hear a lot. It's something we've been discussing internally. You know, I think it's something that will hopefully happen eventually. It's just a lot more work than you'd actually think it would. Would be just because we want to make sure that it actually looks good. You know, right now we could slap a female skin on the current male character, and it would just look weird. It would look like the big buff male character just with long hair.
Yeah.
So you know, it requires kind of remodeling all of the different gear in the game, because as you can see, when you have new gear, it's reflected on your actual character. So we want to make sure that that's sized properly. There's also a lot of different animations that you want to do, just because the character will be shaped a little bit differently. Yep. So, you know, it's something that we're aware that you guys really want. It's something that I think a lot of us internally have been pushing for a long time. And it's just a matter of getting the resources to do that. So, you know, it's something that we hope to have at some point. But right now we're really focused on getting awesome endgame content for players, whether it's these limited time events, whether it's Dungeon 2 or Dungeon 3 or even Dungeon 4, whether it's some sort of other cool new feature that we're working on. You know, that's kind of where our focus is right now, and hopefully we'll get to being able to do things like female skins and female characters later on in the future. So, alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and start posting these links. So, first come, first serve, like I said. Let me just chat and, let's see. Chatting and typing is not an easy thing to do. I think next time what we'll do is have someone else actually be posting these links. Alright guys, so here come the first links. First we're going to do the Archer set. This one is good for people on Facebook. And now for the people on Rumble Games. There you go. Now it's time to go on to the Knight. Alright. Finally, we've got the Wizard. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in again. We really love doing these things. It's really fun to be able to interact with you guys live as we're doing these sessions. Like I said, it's something that we really enjoy doing, and Nice, Derek. Good job. It's something that we're going to be doing a lot more of in the future. Looking to run some cool events and that sort of thing, and definitely showing you guys new features before they're released out, because we think it's a really great way to interact with all of you. So, again, thank you so much. Thank you to Vinith and Derek for helping out, and we'll see you guys again shortly.
Yep, and post your ideas for procs.
Yes, yes. Go to the forums, post your ideas. We'd love to hear them, and if you're lucky, you just might see it in the game at some point.
Yeah.
All right.